Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my September TBR. Apologies that this is going up a little bit late. On my channel I do play a TBR game called Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos that helps me choose my books, and this month is chaotic indeed. Before I chat about the books I will be reading in September, we need to recap my August TBR and decide on if I need to pull a punishment prompt. For me, I must complete at least 50% of my rolls plus any challenges that get pulled. August TBR was actually pretty nice to me, so let's go through this pretty fast. I had The One by John Mars, and I did read this. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, I did not read. A Shadow in the Ember, I did not read. This has been on so many TBRs. On my Kindle, I was to read Court of Claws by Briar Bolin, and I did read that. The Serpent and the Wings of Night, I did read. Spy Family Volume 6, I did read. The North Wind, I did not get to, and just for the summer, many of you have told me that it would be best to read this series in order, even though they're interconnected standalones, so I purposely chose not to read this, and I'm going to pick up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez first, but I do not own that book, so I did not read this, but intentionally. But even with that bit of a mix-up on the 8th book, I did read 4 of the books on my TBR, and I didn't have any additional challenges. I did have a challenge at the beginning of August's TBR rolls that caused a bit of chaos before we started, but that is complete, and that means I do not deserve a punishment going into my September rolls. This is only the second time I have been successful, so it feels so good. I read so many great books in August, and I will be sure to tell you all about them in my August reading wrap up, but I'm going to stop rambling and let's head over and roll the dice with a dash of chaos for September. You guys know the drill. I am ready to set up our gameplay for Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos for the month of September. First, I'm going to place my jar of easy prompts using my random number generator. Spot number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, we'll place the bin of hard prompts in spot number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. And lastly, we're going to place my Kindle in spot number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. Here is what our lineup looks like so far. I do not need to pull a challenge for my August TBR, so we're ready to do roll number 1. Of course, I didn't deserve a challenge because I completed my August TBR, but we're starting the game with a challenge anyways. But first, book in spot number 2 is a photo finish, the second book, in the Gold Rush Ranch series. And a challenge for rolling doubles. I need to roll over any unfinished books from my previous TBR. Big yikes. Roll number 2. Are you serious? This happened the last time I was successful with my TBR as well. Wow. Okay, so spot number 2 is now Heart of Betrayal, which is the second book in the Remnant Chronicles. And a challenge for doubles. This is a randomized series inspired by the wormhole jar from Stephanie's Bookverse. Let's go do that right now because I'm scared. All right, my book series tracker is not completely up to date, but I do have an order of books left to read. So I'm not going to include these books that I'm completely caught up on. I have almost 60 series, so I'm going to start our number at 8 and go to 61 and randomly generate. 41. The Blood of Fae series by Briar Bolin. This is a series I'm buddy reading with Sam, so I guess we are going to be reading the third book in the series. Okay, roll number 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Roll number 4. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How to Walk Away. Roll number 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be a reread for me. Roll number 6. Are you serious? Okay, number 2 is the next Avatar the Search comic. At least that's a short one. Challenge for rolling doubles again. Oh, this is 2, I think. I got this last time and it really doesn't make sense this late in the game, so I'm gonna choose a new challenge. I might regret that, but well, similar but different. Each kid gets to pick a book I read. This TBR is absolutely out of control. Roll number 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard prompts. An author that has the same initials as me. Roll number 8, final roll. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. God's Grave. For kid pick from roll number 6. I only have 2 out of 3 kids home with me right now, and to just keep things simple, I've added some more books on the end. I'm just going to get them to choose from here, and fingers crossed. Wyatt, will you choose a book for me from this, please? That one? Thank you. Emmett, will you please choose a book for me to read from this lineup?
That one.
Which one? Can you reach forward?
This one?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Nimona. I will ask my oldest to pick a book when he comes home tomorrow. I am back. I don't even know why I play this game. So the 2 times I have completed my goals to myself, the following month where I did not deserve a punishment, the game has been so incredibly mean to me. Challenge upon challenge upon challenge. But let's go through it. Roll number 1, I rolled A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. I read Off to the Races in August and I gave it 4 stars. It was so fun and had a bit of a nostalgic element to me. So I'm very excited to continue with this series with book number 2, and this will be a buddy read with book bestie Sam, who is always linked in my description box. However, roll number 1 was doubles. That means challenge. Let's put the books here so we have a visual representation of how bad this is going to be. The challenge prompt I pulled was to roll over my August TBR. So while there were technically 4 books on my August TBR I did not read, we already chatted about Just for the Summer. I'm just crossing that off, putting it on pause for now, but that means I will be rolling over these 3 fantasy books. And because it is a challenge, I must read these no matter how many books I read in September, or I'll have to pull a challenge prompt for October's TBR, if that makes sense. So these are rolling over and being added to our stack. Roll number 2, I got The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book in the Remnant Chronicles following A Kiss of Deception, which I enjoyed but didn't love. But I want to continue on with series as much as I can, so I am happy to have this one on the TBR. I'm not really sure the direction that this series is going to take. This is YA fantasy, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. It is nearly 500 pages. These books are deceptively small, but roll number 2, doubles again, which means we pulled another challenge prompt, and this roll's challenge was Wormhole. And this is of course in reference to Stephanie Bookverse's TBR Star Hop game, and she has these wormholes in which it's just a random series to continue. So obviously I had to do mine a little bit differently than she does, but the random series that I must continue is the Blood of Fae series by Briar Bolin. So I need to read the 3rd book in this series called Empress of Fae, and I'm buddy reading this series with Sam as well, so I'm kind of forcing her hand in the buddy reads we are doing in September. Sorry, Sam. But we both, I shouldn't speak for Sam, I loved the first book in this series. It was my first arc from NetGalley. It's a fantasy romance series. It is a King Arthur retelling, and it was a really fresh take on the retelling. I liked it a lot. Book 2, 2 stars. Our characters weren't acting the same. It was just a random side situation, but it was still like 400 pages. I didn't like it. So I'm a bit nervous about this 3rd book. Hopefully things get turned around, because the series had really great potential. Roll number 3 is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I have put this on many a TBR as well. I don't know what my hesitation with this book is. I have read Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation and really loved both of them, so I think I should love this book, but this one has very mixed reviews. It's some people's favorite, some people hate it, and I don't know why I just never picked this up, but this is just an adult romance, bookish vibes, so hopefully September is the month. Next I have How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book and this author, though I've never read from Catherine Center before. I believe that this is like a hard-hitting contemporary with romance elements, but not like Book Lovers is a romance. You know what I mean? And I am needing to read this for something I'm doing over on my book talk. If you want to follow me there, I would greatly appreciate it. Link is in the description box. So this one needs to be read, so hopefully I do that in September. Roll number 5 is The Zodiac Academy Book 1, The Awakening. This will be a reread for me. I did not enjoy it that much the first time. However, so many people, including my mom and booktube creators I love to watch, binged through this series, and it gets better and better, allegedly. So I want to reread this and then finally continue. And this is a very fast read, so as much as this pile is daunting, it has a lot of really fantastic choices. Roll number 6 on the surface seems like a godsend. It is Avatar: The Last Airbender: The Search Part 2. This is a comic or graphic novel. I read The Search Part 1 in a video you will be seeing very soon. So I'm very happy that this got rolled in because it is less than 100 pages and a graphic novel. However, doubles. Another challenge, our third challenge. There's no way I'm completing this. This challenge was for each of my children to pick a book from me. Now this time, instead of giving them free rein on my shelves, I asked them to pick a book that was within the lineup from Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos, because at least I was semi-interested in reading them. So my oldest son chose Heartstopper Volume 2. He has been wanting me to continue on with this graphic novel series. I love Nick and Charlie. I've read Volume 1 twice, but never continued with the series. So thank you, Max, for putting a graphic novel. Wyatt, my middle son, chose Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. This is a very thick and a very dark historical romance. We'll see how this goes. And my youngest boy chose Nimona, which is another graphic novel, but I think we're following the villain. I'm not really sure, but I'm just very happy to have some graphic novels on here. That will definitely help me. And is Nimona a standalone? Nimona is an impulsive young shapeshifter with a knack for villainy. Lord Ballister Blackheart is a villain with a vendetta. We have nemesis, dragons, science, and symbolism. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to this, but I'm just so grateful. There were some very scary choices my kids could have made, so I'm not going to complain. Roll number 7, I got a hard prompt, and that prompt is initials. This is getting very difficult to meet this prompt, so eventually I think I'm going to switch it to like Jennifer L. Armentrout has an initial. We might do it that way, but for now I still have a couple books that I can choose. And this time I chose The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. My initials are EM, so my name is Emily, but Emily Mandel, EM. I know her last name is technically St. John Mandel, but we're making this work. This is literary fiction, I think, which is so far out of my comfort zone. I just picked this up because I recognize the author, which definitely could have been a mistake. Lastly, roll number 8, I rolled and got God's Grave by J. Kristoff. This is the second book in the Nevernight Chronicles, and this again has been on so many TBRs, and I really want to get to this because I recently reread Nevernight and gave it 5 stars for the second time. I love this world. It's so brutal, very epic fantasy, very dark, but I really want to continue on with this series. Now, that was the end of my rolls. However, I have one more book that I must read in September, and that is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I will be buddy reading this with Steph. I will have her book channel linked down below. We buddy read Powerless the other month and really had a great time with it. So we are going to read Divine Rivals together in September, which is the start of another series. But this never got rolled. My kids didn't pick it. I couldn't make it work in any other way. So this is going to be an additional read. So my 8 rolls, which usually means I must read 4 of the 8 books I roll, has now turned into 16 books. 15 are here, and then we have the Wormhole pick, which is a Kindle Unlimited read. There's no way I'm going to be successful with this. This game hates me. Every time I feel like I have done a really great job, instead of rewarding me and being a little easy on me, it says, no thank you, you cannot win. Take that. I don't know why, but I still love how chaotic this TBR game is. I really don't beat myself up about it if I don't complete my TBR, and I do like having options, but this is excessive. So these are all of the books, I am not going to be holding this, that are on my September TBR. There's also quite a lot of reading vlogs I have planned and started for September, and very few of the reads for those are in this pile, so that's a bit concerning as well. But I just love how messy and chaotic this game is. I think it's so much fun for me, even though it sets me up for failure most of the time. Let me know how you feel about this TBR game. Let me know in the comments below what you are reading in the month of September, and if you enjoyed this TBR video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!